Good morning. How y'all doing? It's another beautiful, cool, crisp day here in Georgia. And I'm hoping the weather's nice where you are. It started out yesterday morning really cold. I think it was in the 20s or the 30s, but then it got up to, well, what felt like over 70 to me, but it was nice. So I was just in the house riding my stationary bike. Um, we have one in the office there that my husband and I ride, and it's right there beside two double windows, and there's a section of the garden where I can just look out and I discover new things that's coming up. So every year I like to kind of do what I call my garden inspection. I come out here and I see what I have coming back, and so I want to come out here and just do a quick inspection and let you be a part of it with me. I know I say it's going to be quick. I always say that, but once I get out here, it's hard to leave. However, I have already made a commitment to do something else that's more important than being out here in the yard, believe it or not. So I want to get this little inspection done so I can hurry up and get inside. So I'm seeing right here in the back, and I can't remember the name of this, and I have another one down there in the middle of this bed. But you see that pretty green that's growing right back there where that pine straw is. I'll see if I can point to it. See it right in there. That comes back every year. It gets a little pretty light pink flowers on it. So in my pots here, I have some Asiatic lilies and some daylilies, and look how well they're coming up. Actually, yesterday morning, yesterday during the night, and it got really, really cold, and so the cold weather got to some of my plants. Usually, I can cut them back down to the ground and they'll grow back. These look pretty good though, and it was cold last night too, and as usual, I didn't cover anything up. There's been a few occasions where I have come out here and covered stuff up. It's just so much work to me, especially when you got a lot of stuff. But anyway, my plant that's on the porch where I have 3 different flowers in it, it really got to my primrose. And it's looking better this morning. I'll try to remember to show you a picture of that included in the video here. But those are my Asiatic lilies, and my I think I have some daylilies in there too. And then this is my stuff that my friend gave me last Friday. It's still in these baskets, and it's supposed to start getting blooms on it soon. And then that's what's in the little pot there, the little stragglers. And I don't know if they're going to make it. As you can see, some of them, the foliage has turned yellow. That's a sign that they've got too much water. But anyway, we'll see. And then these are my daffodils in the little wagon. But as I go along here, okay, this is one of my daylilies, looks like right here. Let me zoom in on it. I've got a bunch of daylilies that are coming up. And I actually could see some of them from the window when I was riding the bicycle. And I've been trying to figure out what they were, and it just dawned on me this morning. They're my daylilies. And they're kind of the tiger ones that have the orange and the red and the yellow. Oh, they're just really beautiful. So let me move along here. See what else I can see. Oh, and my hyacinths. The cold weather got to a lot of them, but you know what? I can still smell them. They smell so delicious and perfumey. Now, these right here still look pretty good. But my other ones down there in that little container that were so beautiful, most of them are gone now. But that's okay, because they'll be back next year. So there's some of my hyacinths. And of course the daffodils, their blooms, or most of them are dying. I plucked a lot of them off yesterday. This is my snowdrop plant. And I think this year it got more blooms on it than it's ever gotten. I think I've counted up to almost 30 something in all. But See that? That's really pretty. And these are some of my old tulips right there from years ago, looks like, that I planted. Even though they don't bloom, the foliage still comes up every year, and it's pretty and green. And this is what I was telling you about one day when I was showing you the little scraggly ones down there, how they come back every year, but even though they were looking a little scraggly, but these right here are really pretty. And so let me see what else I've got. Oh, this looks like, I don't know, I'm thinking this is one of my lantanas. I've got a bunch of lantanas back here just grouped together, and I'm stepping on stuff. My hostas, they're shooting up out of the ground, but you know, they're strong. They can take a lot. You can step on them and squish them, and they still come back. I see a lot of stuff right in here. It's coming back, but that looks like one of my lantanas right there. So I have some more lantanas like up in here grouped together. One year my husband got over in here with the weed eater and cut some of them down. Even though I tell him to stay out of the flower bed with the weed eater, he'll see something over in here that he thinks is a weed, and he'll come in here and chop it down. Usually it grows back though. Okay, let's see what else I got here. This is one of my favorite plants here, beside the snowdrops. This is a type of phlox, but it grows really tall, and it gets really pretty pink blooms on it, about the color of these hyacinths here. And they bloom all year long until the weather gets cold. And I'll show you some more of those as they grow. Oh, and something else I just discovered this morning that's coming back. Another one of my clematuses. So what I did, you see this little red tomato cage here? I use these to stake my flowers. I mean, you don't have to just use them for tomatoes and vegetables. But let me get over in here so I can zoom in on my clematis. See it right here? Here it is right in there. And this looks like some of it too. Right there. And right there. So this is, I think I've got 3 or 4 clematuses. One of them died that I planted. I had purple, a white and a pink, I think a burgundy color, and I can't remember what other colors. But then let me show you now. These are some of my lilies that are coming back. The yellow, red, and orange ones I was telling you about. And then I got some more up here in the front. And then this is what's called, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Gaura, Gaura. It gets real pretty. I have 2 of these. This is one of them. And it gets tall, and it gets those shoots that come out of it. And then they have these pretty pink flowers that just sparkle. Kind of reminds you of fireworks. And then here's another one of the plants right here. The first one I showed you down there on the end. I may move these, or maybe not this one, but the one on the end, because when the hydrangea grows and gets tall, you can't see it. It's hidden. So I may move that one down there. But there's that. Here's my other Gaura right here. And then these are my other pretty lilies, the ones I was telling you about. The ones that are red, orange, and yellow blended together. And then this is another clematis right here that's coming back. And I staked it, as you can see, last week. I put this stake right here, here for it to climb up as it grows. Give you a close up. See that? See how pretty that is? And then here's some more of my Asiatic lilies. And I think I might have some daylilies mixed in there. I can't remember. But these come back every year. The pot used to be full. You know, some of them, they kind of die. But for the most part, they come back really pretty. Okay, let me see. Okay, before I go down there on the end, let me show you my pot up here on the porch. And it's looking pretty now. I wish I had thought to get a picture of it yesterday when it was looking all floppy. See how it's not as pretty as it was last week, because these blue flowers, they were standing all up at attention, and now they're kind of leaning over, I guess from the cold weather getting them. Here's a yellow primrose here that's kind of flopping, and I guess I'll just pull it off. Yeah, but it looks better than it did yesterday. The most of what it got, the cold weather got to, was my primrose, but it's still pretty. I'm just really happy with how well this is turning out. I just can't wait for it to continue growing and getting bushier and bushier and prettier and prettier. This is some of my hosta I showed you last week that I had thrown over in the weeds in the woods, because I had planted some stuff, and I had accidentally chopped up some of the hostas, and I was just throwing stuff in the weeds. And then I looked one day and saw it coming back, and so I thought, I'm going to get that. And I have something else over in here too. I can't remember the name of it, and I don't even know if it'll come back. See these shoots right here, and it looks like some of it might be dead, or all of it. I have 4 different ones in here, one in each corner of this square container. They actually took over so much, you couldn't even see the hosta anymore, but that's that. Okay, let me see. Now, of course, that's my pink phlox and my white flowers that I can't remember the name of. And you know, I still haven't seen my peony down there yet, so I hope whatever critter that was in my flower bed that was digging around didn't dig it up. Let me go back here and take a quick look. See, I'm thinking my peony is right in this area here, where you see this dark color soil. It's been coming back every year since I planted it, even though it never has bloomed. When I think it's the Sarah Bernhardt peony, which is a light pink and white. It has some flowers on it when I bought it. I think I bought it at Lowe's. But then after they died, even though the plant comes back, it never bloomed. But I'm not giving up hope. But I know I need to start fertilizing that soon, I think. Okay, let's move along down here. I was doing an inspection yesterday too of some of my solar lights, because some of them, even though they're on, because you know there's a little switch where you can turn them off or on, some of them aren't coming on at night. So some of them may have just stopped working, because some of them I got at the dollar store, and of course they're cheap. I mean, but sometimes you get cheap stuff and it works pretty good. But anyway, and then my little meerkat down here, his little eyes, it seems like they light up when they want to. They don't always light up. And then, of course, these here are my daylilies, the ones that are yellow. And then this is another little basket. I had thrown these over in the weeds too until I saw them coming back. Let me show you my hostas. My mother-in-law planted these years ago. She just put them around the edges of both flower beds, and they get so huge and bushy and pretty. So I'll show you those, of course, as they grow and get bigger. This is a pot of mixed flowers here. I know I've got some, I can't think of the names of them now, but this one right here, it gets real tall, and it gets yellow and orange flowers that just shoot up off the stems. And I've got some other stuff in there. And then I was looking at our our flowering cherry tree yesterday. It's got a lot of blooms on it too. And my trees down here that are blooming, they're still doing really well too. So I think when I move that plant down there that's on the end, that first one I showed you, I may put one of these trees down there. That'll help give us some shade too, because we don't have a lot of shade where we live. We had all the trees cut down when we moved here, and we weren't thinking about shade. We got a lot of trees on the side and the back, but not in the front. But let me just shoot up here right quick and that you see. Oh, there's my shadow. Well, I guess I'll just show you the flowering cherry tree another time. Let me come over here. Oh yeah, my roses. This is my little rose garden right in here. See what you see out this circle of straw. And I've got another one up there by the close to the road by the driveway, and actually the one in the middle is the biggest one. My mother-in-law planted it years ago too. And initially I was afraid it wasn't gonna make it, because every year it would kind of look like, it just looked sickly. But then, this may sound strange, and if I didn't experience it and witness it myself, I probably wouldn't believe it. But the best that rose bush my mother-in-law planted was the year after she passed. She passed in October of one year, and then the next year when it came back, when the weather got warm, it was full of blooms. I have some pictures of it, no video though. And it just seems like once she passed and was no longer suffering, and it just seems like that rosebud just livened up too. But anyway, let me just zoom in on here on some of my roses that I see coming up. Look right here. Let's see, look at that pretty green. See if I see here some more little shoots. See? Right there. Oh, here's another one. And these are just going to be all different colors, because I already had about 3 or 4 here. Red, pink, I can't remember what other color. And then I bought some more roses at Ingles last year, and I had them in the house. But then, when they die or stop blooming. Oh, here's a little worm. Let me zoom in on it. And I do not like worms, and especially don't like snakes. But look at that little worm there. He's cute. Can't believe I'm seeing that, and I'm getting to show it to you. But anyway, I ended up planting those out here. Oh, look, and here's another one, little rose shoot I see coming up. Let's see it? Right there. And I just spotted another one. Oh, yeah. Right there. So see, if the cold weather doesn't stay around too much longer and keep killing everything, we're going to be good to go. I'm afraid for my big hibiscus bush down here that gets the white and light color pink flowers on it, because I didn't cut it down. Cut it down late, and then I didn't really cover it, insulate it like I should have. But so I'm hoping it'll come back. So far, I'm not seeing. Okay, here's my mums, and they're yellow. They're coming back. And then I've got some other stuff right in here, that green that's coming back. And I've got, this little plant here, it gets real pretty little purple light flowers on it. That was real pretty last year too. It's coming back. And I've got some other stuff in here too. Now this is where my hibiscus, my white and pink one is, right in here. You see, this is where I cut down, So far, I'm not seeing anything yet, but normally it looks like this, and it always comes back, so I'm hoping it will. Okay, here's my little lid here. It keeps flopping off my little bucket there. And then there's my little crocus foliage that I showed you recently, and it don't see any crocuses on it this year. Oh, something else I just noticed down here I want to show you. I can't remember. Oh, let me show you this first. This is my canna lily, and it has red and yellow flowers on it. This looks like some of it right here that might be coming up. So it's right in here in this area. See, some of it right here is like it's brown and rotted. But this is a big area where it has spread and multiplied, so it should come back. But this is what I was going to show you a moment ago. This little yellow flower down here. I have a lot of these. Some down there on the other end, some in pots. I can't remember the name of it, but it's real pretty. See it? And then I have another plant. It's right in here. It's coming back. I can't remember the name of. Have some here. Can't remember the names of these either. This kind of looks like that tall phlox that I was telling you about. This down there on the end that gets the dark pink flowers on it. I can't remember. Oh, you know what? I have a little bitty clematis too down here on the end that I planted from a bulb. I think maybe 2 years ago. It didn't do that well, but the first time, but it actually did get a little scrawny looking dark pink flower on it. But you know, every year it comes back. And look at it now. I was out here just the other day, can't remember if it was yesterday or not, and saw where it was coming up. So I got this little stake for it. See, look at it. Let me see it. See it right there. So I put that little stake there so it can climb up it. So I'm just really excited. Okay, I'm trying to remember what this is right here. It looks like a daylily. Oh yeah, that is a daylily. Yeah, it didn't do very good last year, but it's coming back. And then I have some more things down here. I think I have some blanket flowers down here, and I don't remember what else. And I know I have a type of plant down here, and I have a different one on the end. I can't remember the names of them, but they always come back too. They kind of remind me of lilies, but I don't think that's what they are. But anyway, let me see, what is this? Okay, I think this is something right here, but I don't remember what. Okay, so that's about it for now. You can see my hydrangea is coming back, especially the one down there on the other end. It's got a lot of really pretty green growth on it. So as I make my way back down, let's see if I missed anything that I want to show you. You know, it's always something that you miss, because that's how nature is. Sometimes it's like it's hidden away. It's not really hidden. Sometimes it's there right in front of you, but you don't notice it. And those are my two crepe myrtles. Even though I just planted them last year, they did really good. Okay, so I guess that's it for now. So I better go in the house and get busy. So hope you've enjoyed my little inspection tour. And this right here, this is one of my antique store finds. This little planter that's hanging here. I've had lantana in it, and then you can see these coral bells. As long as I keep everything watered, it does pretty good, but sometimes they seem to dry out and they don't do as well. But anyway, okay, that's it for now. So I'm gonna let you go. Before I close this out, I just want to try to zoom in on some color. Come over here to my hyacinths. Oh, they smell so good. Oh, I wish you could smell them. Okay. Well, let me show you one more little thing. I was showing you this in a video prior to this, but I had to start over and then I forgot to mention it again. See that little orange wind chime? I used to have it hanging on above my porch rail. My husband and I got this one year when we went to Cherokee, North Carolina. And I think I bought it for $1. The store was having like a closeout sale. And I came home and I put a nail up above the porch and hung it there. And it would fall down occasionally and I put it back up there. But the last time it fell, I couldn't find it. But I was out here one day working in the flower beds. And I found it. It was looked like almost buried. Ooh, A big old black crow just flew by my head. It was almost buried down in the ground in the dirt. So I plucked it up out of there, and even though it is broken, and some mainly right here on the top, but I thought, well, I'm gonna keep that. I'm not gonna throw it away. But I thought I don't want to hang it back up because it might fall again. So I had it somewhere else initially, and I moved it out here in the flower bed. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna hang it right here on this little wire piece on this little piece of garden decor. And you know, I like it there. Okay, so that's it for now, y'all. I hope y'all have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.